and welcome to Destination Central. Today we're enjoying the sun in the beautiful Bay of Plenty. We have 6 fantastic businesses and another competition, so stay tuned on TV Central. Mossop's honey is on your right as you're passing through Tauriko. With live bees on display, let's see what else they have to offer. Hi Wendy, now tell us, what is Mossop's honey?
Mossop's honey is 100% pure, natural New Zealand honeys.
So Mossop's is a family-owned business. Where and how did it start?
It started in 1947 when Neil's father, Ron, bought his first beehives. He was based over in Waharoa in the Waikato, and that little hobby that he started way back then turned into a love for bees and a passion for the little insect, captivated his heart, and by 1952 he'd become a commercial beekeeper with 600 hives, and from there they moved in the early 1960s to the Bay of Plenty, to Tauranga, and Neil bought his first beehives at the tender age of 15 and started his own little business. In 1975 they combined the two businesses into one, and in 1981 Neil and myself started operating the business. We bought Dad's share out and started operating the business.
And what aspects of honey production is Mossop's involved with?
Mossop's is involved with most aspects of honey production. We own nearly 5,000 beehives. We produce the honey, we extract it, we bottle it, and which is packing it into the jars, and we sell it.
Now, how do you get the best possible flavour of honey?
Wow, now that is a trade secret. We can't tell you all the details on that, but it is actually a process that Neil's father Ron developed when he first bought his beehives and started packing honey. All those years ago, 1952, he started really getting into the packing of the honey. And because we want to maintain the natural flavours and goodness of the honey, he developed a process whereby he could do that the best. So we don't overstrain, we don't overheat, and we don't overstir the honey. And we find our customers from North Cape to the Bluff love our honey because of those natural flavours.
Now Vanita, what other products do you have available here?
We've added many products over the years. In 2007 we developed our very own 100% natural skincare range, Natural, which is available from our shop here in Tauriko and also online. We also have our own honey-based skin balm range and delicious Manuka honey fudge, honey and propolis lozenges, bee pollen, Manuka honey ice cream, and heaps more products. The shop has a great live bee display that fascinates everyone. Our shop caters for everyone because of the selections of products we have.
Now you also send your honey overseas. Can you explain this to us?
Yes, we've been exporting honey for about 20 years now, mostly to countries in Asia and also to the United States. We have in this time also exported honey to the UK, Australia and Canada.
Fantastic, and where can we find you?
Our honey shop can be found on State Highway 29 Tauriko to Tauranga, about 3 minutes from Greerton. If you're coming from Rotorua, you can travel via the Piers Pa Road, and it takes about 45 minutes. Mossop's honey shop is open from 9 till 5, 7 days a week. You can find us at mossopshoney.co.nz.
And what are your contact details?
You can contact us on 0800 94 6677.
Wonderful, well thank you so much ladies.
Thank you.
So next time you're passing through Tauriko, it's well worth your while to make a stop at Mossop's and check them out for yourself. Our next business is fashion boutique Bettie Monroe's with vintage inspired designs. Let's go take a look. Hi Helen, so tell me about Bettie Monroe. Where did it start?
My friend Lucy and I started Bettie Monroe. Lucy started it at the AET Square Markets, that's up in Auckland, and it's a market for designers and craft people. At the time I had my own label and Lucy had Bettie Monroe. We were good friends and we got along really well, so we joined forces, and when the AET Square Markets closed we opened our first shop in Whangamata. We had that for a year, then we opened up our Mount Maunganui shop, and then a year and a half later we opened up in Takapuna, and right now we're planning on opening our 4th shop next month.
And where did the name come from?
Bettie Monroe is a mix between Betty Boo and Betty Page and Marilyn Monroe. So our label is really retro. We love retro, we love vintage, and it's the connotation, it's the play on word between the old sort of retroness and a fun name.
And where do you draw your inspiration from?
We get a lot of inspiration from everywhere. A lot of our customers, we have customers that come in and tell us what they like from a designer, whether they want longer sleeves, lower necklines or different design features. So we're continually listening to our customers and evolving our designs to suit. We get a lot of our inspiration from the trends, like the colours that are out for the season, or something great from the catwalk. We don't necessarily follow the fashion fads though. We don't want to have something that's in this season and out the next season. We want to design fashion that transcends seasons, so you can wear it for a long time and get good wear out of your clothes.
So does that mean that you and Lucy both have fashion degrees?
No, we don't. It's quite interesting. We're both from different backgrounds. Lucy has a degree in engineering and I've got a degree in marketing and management, but we both loved fashion and we're both sewers. So I started making my own clothes when I was young, and so did she. And then we just evolved from doing what we didn't necessarily like, what we were trained in, to actually wanting to do what we loved, and it was both fashion. So we both started off doing fashion and sewing from our bedrooms, and then our labels have grown over time.
Now you mentioned your fabrics. Where do you source them from?
We source from a few different places. We source from wholesalers in New Zealand, or we also make our own fabrics. We make our own fabrics because we love having things that are unique, and our customers love the uniqueness of our fabrics. So for example, our cottons or our merino wools, they're all made in New Zealand, and we can choose the prints of our merinos. We can design, for example, coming up this winter we've put a few beautiful leaves and berry prints together. We've designed the fabric, and we also get the fabric dyed for the colours that we want to suit our clients and to suit the colours that are coming out this winter. So we've got a beautiful raspberry, we've got a beautiful cobalt blue, and a few other beautiful fabrics that we've designed ourselves.
And you also stock accessories here?
Yes, we do. We've got a beautiful range of jewellery. We've got handbags, and last year we started our first range of shoes. We've got both wedge shoes and heel shoes, and that's going really well.
Sounds great. So where can we find Bettie Monroe?
So from our shop, so we've got our Mount Maunganui store, we've got our Whangamata store, we've got a Takapuna shop, and we'll have another new shop in Auckland soon. Also online, www.bettiemonroe.co.nz. We've got a new shopping website coming up soon.
Well, thank you so much, Helen. I look forward to seeing you soon.
Cool, thank you.
So if you're after some fabulous new additions to your wardrobe, be sure to check out Bettie Monroe's. Stay tuned, as there's still plenty to see here in the Bay, and our giveaway is yet to come. Dixon Homes have been admired since 1959, and today Wayne and Keith would be happy to build your new home. So let's go meet them. Hi Wayne, so tell me about Dixon Homes. When did you become a part of the business?
We became a part of the business in October in 2012, but prior to that Keith and I have been involved with Placemakers as owner-operators, and we've been with them for 20 years. And through that chain, our national sales manager had travelled to Australia, where Dixon Homes originates from, and had come back to New Zealand and had called me and said that he'd just been to see a company called Dixon Homes, and he was very, very impressed with them. We decided that to follow through on what was going on with this particular company, and investigated Dixon Homes ourselves, and the consequence of that, we decided to take on the franchise of that and move on from Placemakers.
And Keith, what is the vision behind the company?
Mainly to go for the first and second home buyers. We're also keen on trying to help young people get into their houses. We've got young children of our own that have tried to get into houses and know what it's like. So we decided we want to give something back to the market that's been pretty good to us.
Now Wayne, you mentioned that Dixon Homes has a strong background in Australia. Can you explain this to us?
Yes, they're very well established and very well recognised by anybody that has lived in Australia. So any expats that have lived in Australia recognise Dixon Homes very, very quickly, or any Australians you speak to, they know about them as well. So certainly well established over there, and we're looking forward to establishing them here in New Zealand as well to that same level.
Can you tell us about your expansive plan portfolio?
Yeah, well, we have 1,600 plans available to our customers in New Zealand, and these plans will go anything from a 2-bedroom house through to a 7-bedroom house. They're single story or double story, and also you can get duplex. A lot of them, especially the 7-bedroom houses, are good for what they call acreage, or the farmlets that we have out there. They have rolled verandas and all that sort of thing, so they really lend themselves to that country style. So there is certainly plenty to choose from. And when they go onto our website, when our customers go onto our website and have a look, they can actually work through a search criteria. So they get the opportunity to put in, you know, whether they want 2 bedrooms or 5 bedrooms, whether they want 2 bathrooms including an ensuite, whether they want a double garage. And as they put all that information in, it actually takes the 1,600 down to maybe 5 or 6 plans. So they're not searching through 1,600 plans to find what they're looking for. They'll actually come down to a small base of plans, which then they can go through.
And Keith, what is the process from the time that a client decides they want to build a home?
Well, they've got a couple of processes. They can actually go on the website if they're looking around, and we've got all the plans available there, and they can filter through them down to where they want a single story with just a couple of bedrooms, etc. And then they can contact us through the website or through our 0800 number, or they can just call in to our showroom room here, and we'll go through the process of looking at finding a plan that they like, giving them an estimation price so they know where their costing's sitting, and just go on from there.
Fantastic. So how can we contact you?
Just go to our website, www.dixonhomes.co.nz, and all the information's on there for all the franchises throughout New Zealand, so they can find us anywhere.
The other thing they can do is call in and see us and our friendly team at 130 Newton Street, Mount Maunganui, and we'd be more than happy to see them. We have a show home that we're going to be setting up later on this year down in Golden Sands in Papamoa, but by coming into our showroom in 130 Newton Street, they'll also be able to see what we're putting in the houses anyway, because we have a kitchen and a bathroom all set up and all our colours to go with it, so we'll be able to talk them through what is going to be in our houses.
Well, it sounds like you're busy men indeed. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
So if you're looking at creating your own dream home, give Dixon Homes a call today. Contemporary Classics combines unique furniture with brilliant design, and we're meeting with Grant to view what's new. Hi Grant, now we're in the middle of some fantastic Bay of Plenty weather. Tell us what you have to offer in terms of outdoor furniture.
And these chairs here give you a lot of fun. That's just not like any other chair. It's called Hemisphere, and nobody else in New Zealand or Australia has these for sale. We have the exclusive, and we've been importing for 23 years, so we know we've got down to some fairly good things. It's all German-owned factories. This chair here is an option which we sell as well, which is from a Swiss company. The fibre here is Rehau. It is not going to snap. Chlorine, salt and body lotions don't affect it in any way. A quick dry foam cushion, which says you don't panic about those cushions. If they get water, the water travels through them, just like these ones here do. Because it doesn't catch the wind, it doesn't blow around. There's a lot of chairs that look like this that are solid woven to the ground. They're hopeless in the wind. They tip up, they blow around. But the aerated point there makes more sense, and it doesn't block your view as well. The other chair that we have a lot of success with is this chair here. I tip it upside down because underneath we see a number. That tells us who made it, who QC'd it, what is the model number, and its warranty point. Everything here is incredibly hand woven. There is nothing here done by machine, and that's another German company. This chair is called Tuxedo because it has a tail. And the wonderful thing about it, when you sit in it, you can sit on it sideways and it becomes a lounge chair also.
Great, so we've seen the outdoor side. Let's go check out what you've got indoors. So Grant, tell us what's so unique about this item here.
It's simple. It just opens like that. A one-hand changer. No split in the middle. No jamming fingers. And you've got solid American oak everywhere. There for a lifetime. It's not something to be chucked out. When it's fully extended, that seats 12 people.
And it has such a beautiful natural finish, doesn't it?
Yes, it is. Rather than having stain that if you ever damage, you have to go back and match that stain. This is natural, which means if you do have to sand it back, you can sand it back yourself. Get a can of clear lacquer matte and just give it a couple of touches with that, and away you go again. Easy maintenance, easy living, for families, for kids, everybody to use it worthwhile having. The other thing that we've got, which is a big part of our sales, is this product which we've been selling now for over 7 years. We chucked out the Natuzzi label for this, and that's the biggest leather label in the world. This one here is all pure natural linen. Everything removes, comes off, goes in the washing machine. Inside our cushion we have a cushion in the inner, and I've shown this before on Central TV, a cushion where everything's accessible. So I can restore, I can put it back together again anytime I wish. I don't take it to the rubbish tip. And because your covers come off and you can clean them, it just means you're living with cleaner situations. Instead of stroking your sofa night and day that's never been washed in 5 years, not very nice, I won't sleep in sheets for that long. However, we chuck in an extra set of covers for these as well. If you pay the normal price, we'll include 2 sets of covers. A big setting like this shown here is $5,450 with 2 sets of covers including delivery. That's a 7-seater. Wonderful extra sleepover spaces for everybody, and it's a sofa that says sit on me because it holds you and supports you properly.
It certainly does. So where can people come to see this fantastic furniture?
Well, we're easy to find. We're on the corner of Totara and Matai Street, just opposite Mercedes. They're right beside us, I should say. As you'll see on the photos, you'll see the pictures of the cruise ships right beside us, so we're easy to find. By the Wharf, Totara Street, Mount Maunganui. Open 7 days.
Sounds great. Thank you so much, Grant.
Okay, thank you too.
So if you're in the market for some exceptional new furniture, be sure to speak with the team at Contemporary Classics. After the break, we have our final 2 businesses and our giveaway is yet to come, so stay tuned. We are here at Holland Beckett Lawyers in Tauranga, about to speak to Dale Thomas about some of the benefits of KiwiSaver. Hi Dale, can you give us a brief outline on KiwiSaver?
KiwiSaver is a government initiative designed to help us all save for our retirement, and one of the good things about it when you're a first home buyer is that you can tap into those savings to contribute towards the cost of your first house.
How much can I withdraw from my KiwiSaver to help towards a new home?
In most cases you can withdraw the whole lot, excluding the $1,000 kickstart that the government will give you and any tax credits that they've given you over time.
So how do we qualify for a new home withdrawal?
The first requirement is that you've been contributing for 3 or more years, and then also that it's your first house. In some circumstances you can get the withdrawal if it's not your first house, but they need to test your means at the time.
And does it depend on the individual provider I'm with?
It can do. Some providers don't allow you to withdraw your savings at all, and for each provider they generally have a different set of requirements for you to make your withdrawal.
Now what is the KiwiSaver deposit subsidy?
The deposit subsidy is another contribution from the government towards your first home. It's administered by Housing New Zealand, and it's $1,000 per year that you contributed to KiwiSaver, up to 5 years maximum for $5,000.
And how do we qualify for the deposit subsidy?
Again, you have to be a member of KiwiSaver for at least 3 years, so the minimum subsidy you'll be able to get is $3,000. There's also price caps on the house you're buying, so if you live in the Auckland City, Wellington City or Queenstown Lakes districts, the price cap is $400,000 and everywhere else it's $300,000.
And are there any other requirements that we should be aware of?
You must have a combined yearly income of less than $100,000 per couple or individual. And also the deposit subsidy is paid out a little bit like a loan, and if you haven't lived in the house for 6 months and you move out, you can be required to pay it back.
So how do we apply for the KiwiSaver first home withdrawal and the deposit subsidy?
Okay, so for the first home withdrawal you need to apply to your service provider, and like I said before, each service provider will have a different set of requirements for you to obtain the withdrawal. And then for the deposit subsidy you need to talk to Housing New Zealand, and they've got an application form that you need to fill out.
And how can Hobeck Lawyers help?
We can guide you through the process. We've done many of these before. We know the requirements that each provider has.
Great, so how do we get in touch?
You can get in touch with us on 07 578 2199, or you can come and visit us at the Hub on Cameron Road. We're at 525 Cameron Road, Tauranga.
Fantastic, thank you so much for your time, Dale.
No worries, thank you.
So for any more questions or queries, give the team at Holland Beckett Lawyers a call today. We're here inside Limelight, a homeware and giftware store right at the heart of Tauranga, and William is here to explain exactly what he has in store. Hi William, tell me about Limelight.
Well, Limelight's been here for about 25 years now. It did shift about a year ago from just down the road, and we're now in this nice little venue we have here, and it's doing well. Yeah.
And what's the vision that you hold behind Limelight?
Well, Limelight hopes to help most people in the giving of gifts. It could be a wedding, or it could be a christening, or it could be drinkware, anything like that. Plus we've got a lovely range of kitchenware now, which we didn't have before.
So can you explain to us what sort of products that you have in store?
Maxwell & Williams, and we're the only people within the city centre that has Maxwell & Williams. It's been hard to find these days, so we've taken that on, and we've got a big range of dinnerware to mugs to lovely coloured kitchenware things that Maxwell & Williams make.
Now you mentioned Maxwell Williams. What other brands do you have in store?
We have Scan Pan, pots, which of course go on the new induction stoves that most people now have. When they have a new home, they want to have some saucepans that will fit on their new induction stove. So we have fry pans, we have saucepans, we've even got coloured fry pans that do that. And plus we have all their knives, Scan Pan knives and their sharpeners. And all our prices in Scan Pan have everyday reduced prices, which is really good.
And where do you source these products from?
Most of our products come from wholesalers here in New Zealand, but I do some overseas buying. We bring some stock from Australia. Lardro we import ourselves from Spain, and we do get other things from the UK as well, bring them in ourselves. Yep.
So you tend to have a few sales at any given time?
We certainly do, yes.
Now what sort of services can you provide here?
We gift wrap for people that want items gift wrapped. So if it's a special gift that somebody wants for a wedding or whatever, we can gift wrap that for you and bow it and do all those sort of nice things that make the present that extra special.
Now you have some absolutely captivating masks on the wall here. Whereabouts are they from?
So they come from Venice, those masks. A lady brings them in from Venice, and we have a great variety to choose from. Some of them you can wear, some of them are for the wall. We find that a lot of people are buying them now because they've got blank walls in their houses. They want to bring a bit of colour into their house, so they might buy a couple that match each other in different sizes to hang on the wall.
Now what can customers expect when they come to Limelight? What sets you apart?
Well, this is a privately owned company. I own it myself, and we try to give people the best service they can when they walk in the door. If we haven't got it, we certainly will try and get it for them.
Now what if I'm after a certain product that you don't have in stock?
Oh, we can certainly source that for you. We have lots of catalogues here we can go through if there's something that we haven't got in store, but you might find it in one of our many catalogues we have here, or I'll just ring up one of the suppliers when you're here and we'll source it for you. No trouble at all. If you're out of town, we'll soon courier that to you as well.
Fantastic. So how can we contact you?
We're at 133 Willow Street, and you can contact us on your telephone at 07578 1203.
All right, William, thank you so much, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you.
So for something practical or very special, make sure you pop into Limelight today. Robert Harris in Tauranga City. A great cafe should offer the right combination of coffee, food and hospitality, and Robert Harris has got it perfected. Their food baked fresh in the cafe every day, great coffee and welcoming staff. For a break and a little indulgence in this bustling city, ensure you stop off at Robert Harris in Tauranga. Well, that brings us to a close this week and my last day on Destination Central. It's been a fantastic few months for me, and thank you so much to all of our viewers for your support. Until I see you again, thanks for watching and take care.
This has been an Alpha Media production, a division of Television Media Group.